Hello folks, welcome back to another video and another part to this property investment series. And in this video I want to talk about how you can grow a property portfolio quicker than you initially intended to. Now, when it comes to talking about things I haven't done before, I don't like to do it essentially. It's something I do rarely, and unlike people that sell courses, I like to do things before I come in here and preach about them. However, I am going to break that rule in order to answer a frequently asked question. Now, one of my most frequently asked questions that people DM to me is, how have I saved up another deposit quickly? You know, how am I buying buy-to-let number 2, or how am I looking for buy-to-let number 2 when I've only just bought number 1? Like, how have I managed to save another 20 grand? Well, the answer is I haven't. I'm using investors. So this is something for anyone that's quite new to property is quite alien, it's quite unusual, and that's because it's not taught to you from the get-go. It's something you kind of learn and find out about as you expand on your experience and as you get more involved in property. However, once you've taken your £20,000 that you've saved up very hard, it's taken you a couple of years, and purchased that buy-to-let number 1, it then can take quite a long time to save and do that again. Yes, you're getting the rent and the cash flow from that new buy-to-let, so that's going to help you maybe by £250 or £300 a month. It's going to help you save a bit quicker. However, it's still going to take you a long time to save another £20,000. And then, say you did go down that route when you buy number 2, are you going to start over again? Are you going to do that? And is it going to take you 2 years every time to buy one buy-to-let? And if so, how are you going to get to the cash flow goal that you have? So essentially what we do, or what I've learnt to do, is potentially work with investors. Now, when I say work with investors, there's 2 ways of doing it. It's 2 methods, and that is a fixed capital investment, where you take that private investor's money, you take their money, you invest it, and you pay them a fixed return over 9 months, 12 months, 24 months, depending what you agree with them. But in most cases, you might offer them an 8% interest rate, which is fixed over a 12-month period. And you might borrow 30,000 or 40,000, and you go away, you purchase a property for below market value, you add value through refurbishing it, and then you refinance it. And if the market is in a good place and you've managed to add enough value, you should be able to refinance it and withdraw the money to repay the investor plus their interest. So that's the basic way of doing it, and perhaps the most common way, and in my opinion, the way I want to do it. It's the most sensible way and the way I want to do it, because I want to own the 100% of the asset. So by borrowing the money, doing the BRRR method, repaying the money to the investor, you then own that property at the end, effectively almost for free, because you've used someone else's money and paid it back to them. Now, the other method is the JV, the joint venture option, and that is perhaps where you might find a deal and look to split it 50-50 with another investor. You say, I found a fantastic opportunity, I want to share this with another investor. So you find a friend or a business partner or someone that you've met at a networking meetup, and you say, this is the deal I found. If you fund it 50-50 with me, I will split the profit 50-50 with you. That too is quite a common method. It's quite clear cut. You open a business together, purchase the property through that limited company and business, and then you split the profits 50-50 after. And that's, as I say, quite clear cut. But there is another element to the JV partnership route, and that depends on the amount that people are involved. For example, I had someone on my channel recently where he does all of the work, but in return, he doesn't put in any of the money into that partnership. So he will do literally everything from finding the deal, negotiating it, refurbishing it, and project managing all of that, then finding the tenants, managing the tenants. He will do everything from start to finish to after. And in return, he doesn't put any money into that partnership. In fact, he goes 50-50, but his capital investment is his time. Whereas the investor puts the full amount of money in However, they are completely hands-free. They might be a working professional in the city and they've got extra money that they want to invest and perhaps earn some passive money off of, and therefore that's a mutual benefit to them because they don't have to get involved. They don't have to project manage a refurb, which can be very stressful at the best of times. So that's another element to the JV routes and something to consider. So the reason I've discussed these is because no one talked about these when I got into property. I always thought it was you save up, you buy a property, you then save hard again, and then you buy your next property. But as I've gone to learn these things, and I want to share them as I want to help educate you essentially. But yeah, that's how I'm planning to grow a portfolio. I'm not rushing into it because I don't think the market's right, and I think if you're going to borrow someone's money, you've got to be very cautious and responsible. I don't agree with those that just say, just take the money and answer the questions later, because you could get yourselves into a deep hole quite quickly. I also want to finish by saying I don't think you should do this strategy from the beginning. If you're watching this and thinking, great, I don't have to have any money and I can get started. I know that people do that, but I disagree with it. I think you should at least do one deal yourself where you use your own money and your own capital is at risk and you've done everything that's required, you've learned and experienced it. Then you take that experience and then go off and work with an investor. My personal opinion, there it is, putting it out there. But I hope this video is helpful. You might be sitting watching this video thinking, well, hang on a minute, I thought I was only going to be able to get 5 buy-to-lets over the next 10 years, but now I can get 20, 30? Use it to manifest whatever plans you have. But thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. Please give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.